What's up, everybody? Darty here from Dark Cloud Yugioh. Thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for checking out this video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a deck profile of my Pumpkin called the Haunted deck. It was inspired by someone in my playtesting circle, Preston. He made a cool version of this, so I wanted to kind of build my own and tweak it. So I'm going to show you the deck profile and explain my choices. So first, we're playing 9 starters. Since the deck's newer, I'm going to explain each of them. So the first starter in the main card is Pumpking, the Grave King. You can reveal him for cost to set a Call the Haunted. I think it's from your deck or graveyard. To set a Call the Haunted, and it can be activated this turn. And then you have to discard a card. And then when you special summon, you can special summon a level 6 zombie that does not have 1950 attack. So he's one of our 1-card starters because often you'll go reveal, set the Call the Haunted, then discard him. Then you can special summon him, Call the Haunted, and then get another special summon. But when you special summon with him, it locks you into zombies. Another starter that is really good is Snake Hair. So Snake Hair says you can discard her to add Call the Haunted or a spell or trap that matches it from my deck. So usually with this, we search out, sometimes we search Call of the Grave, which is the field spell. But the main card we search is Ectoplasmic Fortification. This is our 9 starters, or our 9th starter. So these are our 9 starters. Ectoplasmic says if you control no monsters, you can add a level 6 zombie monster or Call the Forgotten from my deck to my hand. So often you will go discard this to search this, then activate this to search this. And then Ectoplasmic Fortification has a second effect where all zombie monsters gain 400 attack, and then I draw 1 card for each Call the Haunted I control. So since I play 2 in this build, often we'll be using 1 at the beginning of the duel, and then maybe another one later on to get a +2 from drawing. Or a +1 from drawing. And then extenders for the deck, so Chang-Chi, Army of the Haunted, and I just call him the Golden Mammoth Skeleton. So Chang-Chi says on summon, dump a zombie. So often, one of the combos I was explaining earlier is that you go reveal, just set Call the Haunted, then discard it, activate Call, bring back Pumpkin, then use Pumpkin to special Chang-Chi. Then Chang-Chi lets you dump any zombie, which there's multiple options you can play in this. So just wanted to explain a cool combo that I noticed. So Army of the Haunted is an extender. When sent to the graveyard, you can add a Call of the Haunted from your graveyard to your hand. I'm sorry, you set it, you don't add it to your hand. And then Great Mammoth is just used to pop stuff. And then last, Spell and Traps. So we play 1 Call the Forgotten and 2 Call the Haunted. What Call the Forgotten says, when it's activated, you can set as many Call the Haunted as you can from your deck, graveyard, and hand. Okay, it's from your deck or graveyard, not your hand. So since you have 2, I don't want to play 3 because I feel like 3 is bricky, and I do not want to open multiple. So because of that, I'm playing 2. And then it has an additional effect. If I special summon a monster with Call the Haunted, I can target a monster on the field and send it to the graveyard. When you activate the effect to set the Call the Haunted, it also locks you into zombie monsters. And then the mini Unizombie package that I'm testing out. So use this to special these, and then these either send these from deck, or you can send Eldritch from deck, and then do a lot of shenanigans. I was trying different ratios, but for now I'm trying 2-2-2. I'm not sure how I feel about Mizuki right now. Mizuki really hasn't done it for me. And then my favorite engine, probably the best cards in the deck, the Eldritch engine. There's a Eldritch combo with this that you can get into Archlord Christia, but I'll show you that at the very end of the video. This deck does need its defenses, and it's kind of weak, so we play the Dark Magician package. We also play a level 6 Fusion Zombie monster so we can extend the stuff. But because we're playing not really much defensive cards, I figured the Dark Magician stuff would be very good. 3 Fulas, 3 Ash, 2 Droll. I do not have Imperms on me, or I do not have Impulses on me. These would be Impulses if I had them. And then the last 2 cards, we're at 40. We play 42, sorry. Call the Grave, or Called by the Grave. And then our 1 brick, Archlord Christia. So let me explain to you quickly. Oh, I have the extra deck to show you. Then we'll go into the combo. So to Pumpkin, the Great Ghost King, he adds a card that mentions Call of the Haunted. Or yeah, I had to make sure. And then you can detach a material from him, and he spins 2 cards on the field. And then while you control Call of the Haunted, your opponent cannot target zombie monsters with effects. So he gives protection, adds on summon, and then you can detach to spin 2 cards, which is really good. And then 1 the Undying Legion. Pretty much you just put him over your Pumpkin, and you detach a material to target a face-up card on the field and attach it to it as a material. Sorry, you detach 2. And then if you have an XZ material, you detach 1. So I'm still kind of testing these. I'm still a little new, so please forgive me. The Eldritch package. So with this, we go into Mercury, and Mercury is how we get into our Sword Christia. So I'm going to set these aside so you can see the combo. Alright, our Zombie Link monsters. I'm still trying to mess with them. I know some people are playing the Mayakashi Link 4, but I'm still messing. Then you got your level 6 fusion that you can bring out with Retort. The Dark Magician package. I feel like I don't need to explain this. And if I'm not mistaken, since you're properly fusioning something with the spell, if your opponent destroys this, you can keep bringing it back with Call the Haunted. And then last 3 cards, Mercury, Zeus, and Typhon. I'm very unsure about Zeus and Typhon. I just needed the room. Mercury is an amazing card in this deck. Let me show you the combo, how you get into Archlord Christia. So I'm just quickly grabbing the cards needed real quick. So first, what you're going to do to get the Christia is you're going to go activate Delta. Delta sends a 5 or higher zombie, and that's Eldritch. Activate Eldritch to bounce back that, to special summon Eldritch. Now, often you need to have another zombie in your hand, so for argument's sake, we're going to have the Ash Blossom. Going to link summon them. Sorry, before you link summon them, I forgot a very important step. You're going to tribute Eldritch for Fallen Angel. Then you link summon. Because when Fallen Angel is sent to the graveyard, you special summon an Eldritch monster from your extra deck or deck. So we're making Flying Mary, and we're going to activate this guy to special summon this fusion. So now we activate Flying Mary's effect. Put it to the spell and trap zone, target a level 5 or higher zombie monster in our graveyard, and special summon it. So we go Eldritch, then we overlay these 2 into Mercury. Mercury's effect on summon, he attaches a monster from your deck to him, and then during the end phase you have to detach. So now, because you're playing Call of the Haunted, ideally, because your whole deck is a bunch of 1-card combos to get in a Call of the Haunted, you're going to end with a Call of the Haunted and pass. So when you go end phase, you have to detach with Mercury. So you detach them when it's your opponent's turn. You just activate the call and bring back the Christia. Preston was doing this to me quite a bit, so I do plan on making this deck fun and updating it. I don't know how it will do generally, just because this is a relatively new deck. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. This is a deck I'm really excited to work on, just because I feel like with this deck there's lots of possibilities. But that's everything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.